Welcome everyone. Happy Friday. Good morning. May God bless each and every one of you. This is part three of my book review for the book called Midas Touch: Why Some Entrepreneurs Get Rich and Why Most Don't, by Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki, two successful entrepreneurs. Like I said, I don't care what your political views are. When it comes to entrepreneurship and business, these two guys, they know what they're talking about. And they are some of the few entrepreneurs that, it's good to hear their opinions. At the end of the day, you got to make your own decision. But it's always good to hear and listen from those that have success in the entrepreneur business. And this book is just flat out amazing. Highly recommend it for those of you who are into business and entrepreneurship, leadership, etc. I'm going to read you guys from chapter 3 called The Middle Finger Brand. And I like that Robert Kiyosaki starts this chapter with a quote by one of my favorite entrepreneurs, Jeff Bezos. And this is a quote from Bezos. A brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do hard things well. Amen to that. Yep. So here's a section of the chapter called Creating My Own Brand. When Rich Dad crushed my fake Rolex, my business education into the power of a brand began. I began curious. I did not want to just start a business. I wanted to create my own brand. To do that, I knew I had to study other brands and at the same time began searching for what I stood for, what my customer wanted, and what I wanted from my customers. To do this, I knew I had to begin finding out about myself and about my business. I had to focus more on giving than receiving. I had to find in my soul, in my heart, what I wanted to give to my customers. Once I discovered what I wanted to give, I knew I would find the soul of my business and maybe my brand. And that's an important thing that us entrepreneurs that want to start a business, that's what we always got to think about. We got to think about our customers first. We got to think about serving others. It's not just about me. It's about serving the customers, right? And that's something that Jeff Bezos and Sam Walton, they were successful because they were obsessed with customer service. My first big business was my nylon and Velcro surfer wallet business. The name of my products was Rippers. At first, I thought Rippers was a great name. I was sure it was going to turn into a brand. I thought the name Rippers was cool, unique, distinctive, and spoke to young surfers, the kind of people I knew and loved. Surfers were people like me, so I could relate. I'm going to skip ahead and I'm going to read you guys a section called Saved by the Brand. In 1981, the rock band Pink Floyd contacted my Rippers company to see if we were interested in becoming a licensee of the Pink Floyd band. Desperate for any business opportunity, I listened to what the band's agent was telling me. He did not know it, but he was saving my business by selling me a brand, the brand of a world-famous rock and roll band. Not familiar with the rock and roll industry, I flew from Hawaii to San Francisco to meet with Pink Floyd's licensing agents. The meeting turned out to be a gift from heaven. At this meeting, my education into the rock and roll business began. I realized that not only can a brand be worth a lot to the owners of that brand, but licensees of that brand can make a lot of money too. The first meeting with Pink Floyd's people and others that follow saved Rippers by giving us access to a market of rock and rollers all around the world. It was like opening a door into a whole new world of business. a world I did not know even existed. We were saved because rippers became associated with some of the most powerful brand names in rock and roll. And I'm gonna read you guys this final part called The Power of the Real Brands. Becoming a licensee of mega rock and roll rock bands gave us exclusivity in a massive worldwide market. My company was selling legally licensed rock and roll products inside of concert halls. We were also in music stores and department stores all around the world. We were in legitimate businesses because we were legitimate. We were not pirates. My $5 Rolex was coming back to me and proving to be a very important lesson about the importance of being legitimate, playing by the rules, and harnessing the power of real brands. And I'll leave it right there. Like I said on my previous videos, I usually cut book reviews into 3 parts, but because this book is so full of gems, I decided that I'm extended to 5 different parts. So you have next week and the week after that. And you might be thinking, why don't you just make it a full hour reviewing the whole thing? I believe that nowadays, a lot of people, myself included, we have a short attention span, and it's good to slowly, I want everyone to slowly catch up and understand things that I'm reading, things that I'm expressing to you step by step, little by little. And I just like it that way. I like breaking it down to that because I know that watching something for about 30 minutes or even an hour or even more than an hour, it can be very like, oh my God, this is going to take forever. But I feel like going this route, I like this formula, and I'm going to continue to do it this way. But obviously, I'll take suggestions if you think otherwise. But I like it like this. I like cutting into different parts so you guys can understand and get a full grasp of the chapters that I'm reading to you guys. So that does it for part 3 of this book review called Midas Touch. Again, highly recommend this book for entrepreneurs. So stay tuned for next week for part 4 of the book review. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Be safe. And may God bless each and every one of you. Oh, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Miguel Mike Medina, Jack of all trades.